Hello everyone, my name is Ronak and you are watching VectoArt. So in today's video, we'll take a look on how to install Uno platform on Visual Studio 2022 and how to integrate it with WinUI 3. So without any further ado, let's get started. So to get started, we have to first select our development environment. So Uno platform allows you to create single code base cross-platform applications which run on iOS, Android, web, macOS, Linux and Windows. You'll be able to create cross-platform .NET applications with XAML and C# in no time. To set up a development environment, first select the operating system you are developing on. In my case, I am developing on Windows. So if you are developing on Windows, we recommend you to use Visual Studio 2022 for the richest XAML development experience and broadest platform coverage. If you use and love JetBrains Rider or Visual Studio Code, you can also use them to develop Uno platform applications. So next step is to get started on Visual Studio 2022. So the prerequisites is definitely Visual Studio 2022 17.4 or later to create Uno platform applications. And we will need to install a few workloads to achieve this and to start developing Uno platform applications. So we have to open up the Visual Studio installer which you will be having in your applications. So once you open that, you can go to workloads and select ASP.NET and web development, .NET desktop development, and the last one will be .NET multi-platform app UI development. So once you select all the three workloads, you can select the install while downloading drop down item and click on modify. The installation will take some time based on your bandwidth, network bandwidth. Once the installation is complete, you can close this installer. So the installation is, I have speed up this process so that you do not have to wait because it took quite some time to finish this installation. So the installation is done. Let's close it. Now next step is to finalize your environment. So to finalize your environment, open command line prompt, Windows terminal if you have it installed, or else command prompt or Windows PowerShell from the start menu. Next is to install the tool by running the following command from the command prompt. So the command is .NET space tool space install space -g space uno.check. To update the tool, if you already have an existing one, you can use the command .NET space tool space update space -g uno.check. So let's run the first command and let's wait for it to complete. Once that is complete, we will run the tool from the command prompt with the following command, that is uno-check. One note here, when you are using Visual Studio Preview version, you will need to run uno-check space --pre. Okay, that is done, and as like I said, we have to run uno-check. Okay, that is done. So next let's move on to installing the solution templates. So let's close the command prompt, open up or fire up the Visual Studio 2022 application, then click continue without code, which is there on the end. And then next, let's go to extensions, manage extensions from the menu bar. In the extension manager, expand the online node and search for Uno. Install the Uno platform solution templates extension or download it from the Visual Studio Marketplace. Then restart Visual Studio. So let's close this and close Visual Studio. And let's wait for this installer to complete for the extensions. Once this is complete, close this and then launch Visual Studio again. Next is to create an application. To create an Uno platform app, create a new C# solution using the Uno platform app template from the Visual Studio start page. Choose the list of target platforms you want to be generated. Here I have actually selected the platforms like Mac OS, Linux, Mac OS, Windows 7 or later, but which was not necessary. But I'm just demonstrating it. But I will also later tell you how to remove it from your project. So wait for the projects to be created and their dependencies to be restored. So this will take some time. Again, I have speed up this process so that you do not have to wait. If a banner at the top of the editor may ask you to reload projects, click reload project. In my case, it did not happen, but you may get that. So to debug the Windows head, right click on the application.windows project, select set as startup project, select the debug x86 configuration and press your application.windows button to deploy the application. Here, like I said, I had actually selected the other platforms. So I am just unloading the projects because I am getting some errors because I don't have those dependencies installed on my machine. So you can avoid this by not selecting it from the start page in the first place. So I will unload them and later I will also remove them. So right now let's do that and then finally click on run. So this is all we have to do to create the Uno platform app. Hope you all liked watching this video. There are some troubleshooting installation issues you may encounter while installation or post installation of Visual Studio. And there are some workarounds which exist. I will paste a link to those workarounds or those common issues in the description. You can check that out. And if you continue experiencing issues with Uno platform, please visit the GitHub discussions or Discord. I will leave a link in the description for that as well. Hope you all liked watching this video. If you do, please do subscribe to my channel.